Most people think they can spot a narcissist, but what if some are so ruthless, so calculating, they're almost psychopathic? Malignant narcissists don't just manipulate, they sadistically enjoy causing harm. And if you miss the early signs, you could find yourself trapped in a nightmare with someone who uses cruelty as a game. I've spent the last 20 years researching self-worth and narcissistic relationships. As a coach, author, and survivor myself, I teach practical systems to help empower you. In this video, I'll show you 3 clues to spot a malignant narcissist in conversation, how to recognize the danger before it's too late, and what to expect if you try to walk away. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone pushed you to the edge until you were overwhelmed or maybe even in tears, and they only backed off when they saw you break? Maybe even looking a little satisfied, almost as if your pain was the goal? This is how a malignant narcissist views the world. To them, every interaction is a zero-sum game. If someone else is happy or successful or even at peace, it feels like a personal loss to them. They can't just win, they need someone else to lose. And you'll hear it right away from the way they talk about people from their past. When they mention an ex, they don't just say the relationship ended. They talk about how they ruined them. They'll go out of their way to describe how that person lost everything, how they were left broken or desperate or humiliated. They'll tell you almost proudly how they drained their finances or isolated them from friends or made sure they would never recover. And if their ex did manage to rebuild, they'll seethe with contempt, furious that they didn't stay destroyed. In business, if they see someone as competition, it's not just enough to do better. They need that person wiped out. They'll go after their reputation, plant rumors, fake bad reviews, contact their clients, and turn them against them. They want total annihilation. This won't stop until the person is bankrupt or fired or completely blacklisted. If you hear them talk about past rivals, pay attention. They make it clear that the other person was left with nothing. And when it comes to personal relationships, it's the same thing. If they feel slighted or disrespected or rejected, they won't just walk away. They'll wage war. They'll spread lies, destroy friendships, turn family members against each other. They don't just gossip. They manufacture entire smear campaigns, making sure you lose your reputation, your support system, and any sense of stability. If someone gets away from them, they can't stand it. They'll do everything they can to pull them back in just to tear them apart. And this isn't just someone with a big ego. This is a deep, sadistic need to destroy. Have you ever seen someone completely lose their temper over something so small, their rage made no sense at all? Maybe a waiter brought the wrong drink, and instead of simply asking for the right one, you saw them launch into a full-blown tirade, or someone cut them off in traffic and suddenly they're tailgating and screaming and swerving like it was a personal attack. Or maybe they asked for your opinion, and when you didn't agree, they lashed out or insulted you or even accused you of being disloyal. With a malignant narcissist, these aren't just bad moods or random outbursts. Every conversation is a battle for dominance. Every interaction is a test. Either you submit to their power or you become an enemy. They expect obedience. They want you to agree with them always and immediately. Challenge them even slightly and you'll see their entire personality shift. They'll mock, belittle, or attack, not because they're thinking strategically, but because they can't control themselves. And that's what makes them different from a psychopath. A psychopath can take an insult or a joke or even a direct challenge and stay composed. But a malignant narcissist, they can't hide their rage. They're compulsive, reactive, completely unable to control themselves when their dominance is threatened. And it doesn't take much. A single offhand remark can send them into a spiral. If someone even hints that they're overcharging for something, they might derail an entire meeting just to defend their image. If they feel criticized, even over something small, like a scheduling conflict or an editing choice, they might scream or cry or lash out, creating a scene that lasts for hours or even days. They don't argue rationally. They completely unravel. And they won't move on. They don't let things go. They fixate and obsess and escalate. And if you've ever been on the receiving end of that kind of rage, you know they don't stop until they've regained control again, even if it takes weeks, months, or years. Have you ever listened to someone talk about their spouse, their child, or their employees and noticed that they don't talk about them as people, but more like things? All narcissists see people as utility objects, things to be used, not humans with needs of their own. A spouse exists to elevate their status, or a child is an extension of their self-image. An employee is just a tool to help them succeed. They don't consider emotions or struggles or boundaries, only how well someone functions to serve them. But a malignant narcissist takes this belief farther into cruelty, paranoia, and punishment. A grandiose narcissist might discard someone once they've exhausted every attempt to manipulate or to smear them. A malignant narcissist doesn't discard because they don't see people as permanently unusable. They see them as broken objects that will function if given enough force. It's like slamming a fist on an appliance that won't turn on. And you'll hear this in the way they speak. They don't just complain about disobedience, they rage about betrayal. They don't just demand loyalty, they threaten consequences for disloyalty. You'll hear authoritarian commands, coercion, paranoid accusations, and when words aren't enough, physical threats and violence aren't off the table. They don't strategize, they don't keep their cool, they want what they want and they want you to do it. And if you don't, they will make you. A malignant narcissist doesn't just affect your life, they rewire your entire sense of self. When love is conditional, approval is a weapon, and your emotions are used against you, over time you learn that your safety depends on how well you serve them. If walking away isn't an option, whether it's your boss or co-parent or an aging family member, stop seeing them as someone you can reason with. Your best defense is emotional detachment. This isn't the time for sudden or drastic moves. You want to be careful about how you put distance in the relationship and how you can protect your future. Most of the time, no contact is the best advice when dealing with a toxic or difficult narcissist. But with a malignant narcissist, there's more you need to consider. Going no contact isn't just setting a boundary, it's setting off an explosion. If you don't have a strong support system, financial security, or people who will stand by you when the smear campaign starts, you need to think carefully. If you share children, if you're financially tied to them, if you're already isolated, lighting that fuse before you're ready can put you in real danger. And real danger means retaliation that doesn't just disrupt your life, it has the potential to ruin it. Malignant narcissists don't accept being cut off. They see it as an attack, an insult, a challenge that they now have to crush. If you go no contact before you're ready, you could find yourself facing relentless legal battles, financial ruin, social exile, or even physical threats. If you don't have people who will help hold your life together when they try to tear it apart, no contact can feel like stepping into a war with no armor. But staying isn't safe either. Being close to them means constant psychological warfare. Every conversation is manipulation. Every interaction is a test of submission. If they see you slipping away, they'll work to break you down, strip away your independence, and make sure you never think about leaving them again. There's no peace with them, only control. There is no easy way out, only the best path for your situation. But the truth is that for most people, no contact is the only way to ever truly be free. It won't be easy. It will come with fallout. It might take months, years, even longer before the wreckage settles. But there is life beyond them. And no matter how much they try to convince you otherwise, you were never meant to live like this. Thanks so much for watching. YouTube thinks you're going to love this video right here on screen. Yep, that's the one. It's going to go even deeper into spotting narcissists, avoiding their traps, and creating boundaries that actually work. Don't miss it. It's the next step towards creating the life you deserve. I'll see you over there. Okay, bye.